everyone, I'm Kaitlin.
And I'm Jillian.
And we are the hosts of the OK Drama podcast,
where two friends recap and break down K-dramas one episode at a time.
Except we're not doing a drama today.
No, we're not.
We're doing a movie.
First movie ever.
We have a very special guest with us. It is Rebekah Roberts from the KS for Drama podcast.
Yay!
Woohoo! Hi, guys.
Awesome. So we, all three of us, separately, watched Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds, which is part one of a two-part series, which I did not realize.
I didn't either until I was going to watch it. I was like, Andrew made popcorn and everything. And we were like all pumped to see it. I was like, you got to watch this with me, okay? You got to watch this movie, even though you're not going to be on the podcast. And then we sit down and I'm on Hulu searching and I'm like, huh. And then I texted you, but you were at the island.
I was at the beach.
Living it up. And then you didn't get back to me for a while, so we watched another movie instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew the second one was a sequel, but I didn't realize it was like Harry Potter or something, where like the story continued with the next movie. But we're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yes. Yeah, we are.
So yeah, thanks for being with us, Rebekah. Do you want to tell us your story of how you are in the K-drama community?
Oh, yes. So I got started with K-drama about 5 years ago. My dad found a drama called You're Beautiful on Netflix. And he was like, hey, we should watch this Korean soap opera together. He'd already watched it. And I was like, and he used the word soap opera. So I was like, no, thank you. So anyway, long story short, he ended up talking me into it about a year later. He was on it for a while. By that point, he had watched a ton of dramas. And I watched the first couple of episodes. And there's a moment in You're Beautiful where so the girl in You're Beautiful is dressing up as a boy, and she ends up in a boy's locker room, and there's all these, there's all these men around her, and they're naked, and she's freaking out, and so she prays up to the heavens, and all the men turn into little bitty babies.
Oh my God, ew.
Actual babies, and they have clouds, cartoon clouds drawn over their privates.
Oh my God.
And I went, I don't know what this is, but I need more of it.
Yeah, you only see something like that in a K-drama.
Yeah. And that was my moment. I can pinpoint it. That was my moment where I was like, I'm all in. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm all in.
That's awesome. It's so interesting that it was your dad who...
Oh, I know. But my dad is a big, he's a big romantic, and he watches a lot of rom-coms, and he was always the one that, brought me to see rom-coms as a kid. And so, my mom likes, she was the one that was always watching, thrillers and, action movies and stuff, so it's, total role reversal there. But, yeah, so then from there, I was just all in. And then, you immediately start realizing that K-dramas, the actors also play instruments, and then you end up going down the K-pop rabbit hole, and,
Our parents could be good friends. My mom is more of a thriller horror person. My dad, on the other hand, watches General Hospital all the fucking time.
Oh my goodness.
And I feel he'd be a huge K-drama head, but I haven't been able to get him on a show because they don't have all of the platforms and stuff, and they're not super tech savvy either, and they have really awful internet to where it slows down their Netflix and their Hulu, and then they just complain, and they're like, fuck it, I'm not gonna watch anything anymore. But I've been trying to get them on the show, on a series of some sort. They really got into Bong Soon, my mom too, even, because there's a little bit more thrilly action in there. And Kaitlin died because I told her about you've seen it, I'm sure, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, there's a scene that's intense and crazy, and spoiler, I will give one out. They think that Bong Soon's dead, It's like a big fight scene that happens or whatever, and it's like a cliffhanger, and it ends, and my mom's like, "Strong girl died." She says. It was just an amazing moment, and my dad's just sitting there watching, like everyone's just glued to the TV at this point. It was so ridiculous.
We like jumped in like halfway through.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We were like, I don't know how many episodes in at that point.
So funny. Yeah, my mom was like the person who was like, "You should watch these with me," and my mom and I just like sobbed together with all the like really romantic ones. So, yeah,
It's great. And I mean, I feel like it was good for my relationship with my dad, honestly. As an adult, you know, we don't connect on a lot of levels, but we had K-drama, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah. So, what is your like? We kind of already touched on it, but like your experience with like K-dramas and Korean media. Like, are you like super into it? Like, I mean, you have a podcast, so obviously you're like at least a little bit into it. Like, do you prefer Korean dramas or K-pop, or like what is your
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think I always wanted to be a writer, and so I love story. So I think I connect probably more with the dramas than K-pop, but more recently I've been going to concerts more often and making friends in that area, and finding more groups that connect with kind of my actual music tastes. And so I'm becoming pretty well-rounded of both now. And then I really like going to cultural events. So anytime there's like an Asian festival, or like Dallas has a really good Korean festival. So I'm just always like, okay, let me learn more. Like, I need to learn more. And somewhere around there, like, it became more, I try to not use the word fandom as much, and there's nothing wrong with people who use the word fandom, but I just really want to like really learn about the culture and the people and the language and like all this stuff. But then like you get deeper and deeper into that, and you're like, I will never know. I will never learn it all.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I was talking to my mom about this, and like we were talking about like all of the holidays, because my mom lives in Korea, and like all this stuff. And she was like, "Well, Kaitlin, you don't know everything about American culture. Like, it's fine. Like, you don't know the origins of like all of our holidays. Like, you just celebrate them." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess that's true."
Oh, that's good mom advice. I like that.
Yeah. I just didn't think of it as being like a
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to like just take it as it comes, but because it is like really overwhelming when you like, well, because one, it's like a completely different language. Like, like have Spanish and French are like kind of similar to English. This is like totally different. Yeah. I mean, there are like a lot of like Konglish is what they call it, like Korean English words, but I don't know. It is like really overwhelming. I guess.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And part of that is like, I think sometimes I get overwhelmed, but more recently, yeah, I kind of have taken on that mantra too, of kind of like your mom, like, I'm just going to take it as it comes. And like, I don't have to have everything, and I don't have to understand everything to enjoy it, you know, just the art of it, you know. But, and I love like the way it's like the other day I was wearing a t-shirt from the local Asian district had a festival, and I went and I bought a t-shirt because I like to support. And I was wearing the t-shirt the next day, and there was a woman standing in line in front of me at Starbucks, and she was like, "Were you at the festival last night?" And I was like, "Yes." And so we're like having this conversation. I'm talking to her little girl and stuff about this festival we all went to. And so I love how it like connects people together, and like sometimes it's like, wow, I don't know if I would have met this person, or you know, I met someone from Germany the other night at the Day 6 concert, and so like, she's like, yeah, like I never would have met her otherwise. So yeah,
that's awesome. Jill and I are like total homebodies. We need to get out more and make friends. Well, as I already said on Rebekah's podcast, you already have a lot of friends.
I have so many friends. I have all the friends I need, y'all. Rebekah, do you have a favorite drama and a least favorite drama.
Let's see. My favorite drama is probably You're Beautiful. That's my origin drama.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of not talking about just that, my second favorite is Flower Boys Next Door.
Interesting.
Which is, it's Park Shin-hye and Yoon Shi-yoon. And she's like a recluse. She won't ever leave her apartment. And he is this like bubbly, his name is Enrique. He's like from Spain, and he's this bubbly, energetic guy. And he basically gets it into his head that he needs to cheer up this sad girl and like won't leave her alone. And I love it because it takes a lot of the tropes and a lot of the stereotypes and it like flips it on its head. And even in the fact that like he's like, he should be the second lead, like going into it, you think, okay, he's second lead, this other guy is definitely the lead. And then like it just flips everything on its head. And yeah, I love that one.
Interesting. I'll have to check that one out.
Oh, so good. And there's some like, they deal a lot with depression because that's why she's a recluse. And they deal with depression in a really realistic way. And I loved that. My least favorite, and the people that listen to my podcast know, I hate Playful Kiss. I hate it with a burning passion.
I haven't seen that one yet, so I'll avoid it.
It's one that's really, really popular, and I know I'm probably offending a few of your listeners by even saying that. It's really popular. It's been made like every country, you know, I think it's originally Japanese.
Okay.
I think the original one is Japanese. I think it was a manga first. But it is like, it's a high school drama, and it's one of those where the guy is like, he's just mean. He's just really mean to her. He calls her stupid. He calls her ugly. And he's like pretending to be tough, and like he hates her, and he's always flirting with this other girl. And she's just like, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then eventually they even like get married, and he's still acting that way. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah. I have a hard time with like the high school dramas because I feel like as an adult, I feel like weird watching them. Like I've seen a couple that are like nice, but I honestly haven't finished Boys Over Flowers because the beginning of that drama starts like so like crazy, and my mom was like, it gets better, but there's a scene where you like, I honestly thought like, oh, these like 5 guys are about to like rape this girl or something. Have you seen Boys Over Flowers?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's like
yes.
The first couple episodes, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch this anymore. This is too much. So
I think Boys Over Flowers is one that you kind of have to watch early on when you don't know any better.
Yeah.
And you just think this is what dramas, this is how they work. And then as you get educated more, you're like, oh no, that's just a bad drama.
Yeah. That was one that I started watching because everyone is like, it's like one of the classic dramas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then I started watching it, and I was like, this is very uncomfortable. Also, it's like an older one, and so like it's just like shot like
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
it's dated. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's fine.
The only reason I would recommend it is just because it is the origin of several actors.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you kind of want to see how they got their start. But other than that, no.
That's good to hear. Because I kind of feel like I'm missing something of like, whatever. Someone is going to take away like my K-drama fan card or something. Because I haven't seen it. But that's good to know.
Like, you can't do this podcast. You know nothing.
I am so qualified.
If you can sing, all you need to know is Almost Paradise. You just need to know that's that song.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Over and over and over.
That's funny. Alrighty. Shall we get into the movie?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Jill, do you want to read the Hulu synopsis?
Sure. All right, Hulu synopsis. In this action-packed fantasy epic, a firefighter is taken to the afterlife by 3 guardians. where only after passing 7 trials and proving he lived a noble life will he be able to reincarnate.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea what this drama or this movie was about. I had just seen an episode of Running Man where they talked about this movie because it was like, as I will get into the fun facts soon, it was a really popular movie in Korea. So like a lot of the variety shows were talking about it, and I'm like, it has Dio from EXO. Like, I'll watch it. So this was like very interesting. Interesting concept.
Oh my god. I'm just reading your life also has. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even realize that was her. Okay. I'm skipping ahead, sorry.
So I'm just going to plagiarize the first paragraph of the Wikipedia article.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Donate to Wikipedia.
Yes. But don't use it as a source.
No, don't. Only if you're doing a podcast.
Yes. Okay, so the title, Along with the Gods, the Two Worlds. I'm going to butcher the Hangul, but it is 신과 함께 초화볼, literally together with God, sin and punishment. So it's a 2017 South Korean action fantasy drama, filmed and directed by Kim Young-hwa, based on a webtoon by Ju Ho-min. It stars Ha Jung-woo, Cha Tae-hyun, Ju Ji-hoon, and Kim Kyung-gi. So these are just like some fun facts that I found on the internet. And this is like basically actors in this movie that are in the dramas that Jill and I have watched together. Well, Dio is just from EXO. He's not in any of the dramas that we watched so far. But I do want to watch 100 Days My Prince. I'm just having a hard time finding it.
Yeah.
It's only on like sketchy sites, and I'm like,
and I only have like 2 episodes left to watch.
Oh no. Yeah. I've heard like mixed reviews on it too, so I'm like, do I even want to? I don't know. But I love him, so maybe one day. I hope
I would say yes, watch it.
Okay.
Honestly, but yeah.
So it also has Ye Soo Jung, aka the chairwoman from Search WWW, who is crazy.
Yeah.
In that role.
I didn't even like realize. I kept thinking like she kind of looked familiar. But she just looked like an old Korean woman. So I was like, that's so maybe what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just seeing her in a completely different role was just
crazy.
Way over my head to put the two together.
So it also has Lim Won Hee, aka Baek Tak from Strongman to Bong-soo, as the prosecutor. Okay, yeah, he has a very distinctive face. So as we kind of like hinted at earlier, the film was shot as one, but presented in 2 parts. So we watched the first part, Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds, which was released in 2017, and the sequel, Along with the Gods, The Last 49 Days, was released in 2018.
Do you know what that half is about?
The 49 Days?
Yeah.
I think it's about the fire. They're the brother.
Okay.
So to me, it seems like it's going to pick up right where this one ended. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just like initial thoughts. What did everyone think? Good? Bad? Meh?
Rebekah, you can go first.
Oh, thank you. I was like super confused right at first. So I think I'm mixed. I think it's mixed, but overall good.
Yeah.
Overall, it was really good.
When he first like jumps out of the window with that girl, and then the girl just like runs away from him. I was like, damn girl, you can at least thank him. He's dead. Okay. She wanted to get off that dead body.
I was thinking I was like, that poor girl, like she was just saved, but she had to like realize that she landed on
a dead man.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's so sad.
Yeah,
and I thought, because it's like I read that it was like he had to go through trials to become reincarnated. I thought it was gonna be kind of like in Harry Potter, where they have to like go through the different like you know, like, oh, we have to play a chess game, and now we're doing this riddle, and now we're fighting a bad guy. I didn't realize it was gonna be like literally trials with judges and prosecutors and
yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. It was like a very interesting take on, I think, the like afterlife.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Also, one thing that I appreciated about the movie, I don't know if you've seen Goblin, but the way, so there are like similar parallels. It's not exactly the Afterworld and Goblin is not exactly the same as this one, but they're like whatever, the Guardians and the Grim Reapers and stuff like that. And like their movements, like how they can travel is the same. Like how they can just like kind of whatever, just reappear. I was like, oh, that's how they do it in Goblin.
Like weird little portals.
Yeah, like I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, there's another drama called Black that's about Grim Reapers, and it was also the same. So I need to research Grim Reapers in Korean culture, because I feel like there's something that is a fluid thing going on.
And kind of take into their dramas.
Yeah, I've noticed that like they're just like a bigger thing in Korea. Like I feel like in the US, Grim Reapers are not that big of a deal. Like it's mostly like a Halloween thing.
Right.
But yeah, like people are always talking about Grim Reapers. I've noticed.
Interesting.
So yeah. For context, Rotten Tomatoes, the critics' rating was 63%, but I think it was only that low because it was like very polarized. I think 3 people gave it like 4 or 5 stars, and 2 people gave it like 2 stars. So, and then the audience rating was an 84%. So pretty good.
That's
yeah.
Is that certified fresh?
Yeah. It had the red tomato.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought it was, again, like the pacing issue. I don't know why I'm like obsessed with pace recently, but I felt like the beginning was like really exciting, and then kind of like it took a weird turn when we started focusing on the brother, the like vengeful spirit. Yeah, I thought that was like, oh, we're doing this now. Like that was interesting to me.
I think it's just that they needed something like that though, because the main firefighter character was just so pure and good.
Yeah.
Right.
That one thing towards the end where you're like, whoa, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But like other than that, like all of his trials were just like amazing. Like you were an amazing human. You did everything right.
Yeah.
So I felt like they needed some more drama within there, something intense to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I thought the like vengeful spirit was kind of scary looking.
Yeah.
What a jump!
Yes.
Yeah, that baby. That's cute.
Yeah, that was like that storyline. I was like, oh, this is like pretty dark. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I was kind of the opposite. I thought it started out boring.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, and now it has a personality. Okay.
That's true. It was like it just shifted kind of quickly.
It really did shift, yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed the Guardians.
Yes, same.
They
loved them.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like their relationships with each other, like how the woman or like the girl was like more connected with the older one.
Yes.
And I loved the like younger guy Guardian. I have his name written down somewhere, but yeah.
That's G. Oh, he's from Kingdom.
Oh yeah. Lee Ji. No, just kidding. The Ju Ji Hoon.
Ju Ji Hoon.
Yeah, the older one was leaving, and he told the girl, like, you're kind of in charge, and if you want to do anything, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't let him do it.
Yeah.
He was kind of outright like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
So.
Totally.
I liked seeing that older one, like, in the living realm. And kind of just, like, seeing what people are doing and going back in time and seeing the flashbacks, like, where the hell is his brother at right now? What is happening? And having to try to search for him and go through all the little pockets of time.
Yeah, that was cool.
That, and then when the older man sees, like, him fighting with the spirit, and he's like, it must be my time soon. And he's you can't die.
Yeah, that was funny. Yes.
And is he the same man that sees him later on in the hospital? And I was just like,
yeah, it was the same guy.
I wonder if he's going to be in the second one.
Probably.
in the sequel.
Yeah, I kind of kept waiting for them to do something with that. So
Maybe we have to watch part 2.
yeah.
All right. Do we have any other thoughts before we hand out our lucrative awards?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
I just wrote, like, there was, like, a couple of scenes that, like, actually made me laugh out loud. And one of the scenes was, like, what was going on? They were in front of one of the, like, the main king, like, the main god. And the firefighter was, like, running up and trying to, like, get in his face and everything. And Ju Ji-hoon's character was, like, grabbing him. And the way they were just rolling around on top of each other and, like, I was legit laughing. Like, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that character, Ju Ji-hoon's character, like, had a lot of really funny one-liners, I thought.
Yeah. And I was also mesmerized by his hair.
Yeah, it's great hair. Wow.
I was also, like, very impressed by the female defender, Duk-chun. Her hair. I was
Yes.
perfect bowl cut. Perfect little bowl. Yeah. She's so small.
She was adorable, and she was like, she was a really good actress.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think I've seen her in anything else, but I was very intrigued by her.
She was in Werewolf Boy,
Oh.
which is a movie. She's like she's a little kid in it.
Okay. Has Song Joong-ki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Song couple. When we like first started this podcast, I was like so enthusiastic because we started it with Descendants of the Sun, and I was like, Jill, they're married in real life. It's so
They fell in love.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And then I think we had just finished Descendants of the Sun, and they like announced
It was like maybe after. I feel like it was during Strong Girl.
I thought it was during. Well, it doesn't matter, but yeah, it was like a little bit after we finished Descendants.
Kaitlin was like, they both went to the same event and they weren't together.
Yeah.
Like, you told me like they sat separate or they arrived separately. And you're like, that's not right.
Yeah, and my mom was
No.
like all the gossip, like whatever TV shows and magazines in Korea were like, are they getting divorced? And I was like, no. And then it happened. But I just always say R.I.P. because they were my like favorite celebrity couple.
Yeah.
I think they were everyone's favorite celebrity couple. All right. Anything else? Any other themes we should go over?
No, I think I'm good.
Some will probably come up.
Okay, as we talk through our awards. All right. So it's award season, everybody. First award, favorite main character. So there's Gang Rim, which is played by Ha Jung-woo, which is like the lead defender, the older one. Hae Won-mik, which is played by Ju Ji-hoon, which is the second male defender. Duk-chun, played by Kim Hyung-gi, which is the female defender. Kim Ja-hong, played by Cha Tae-hyun, the fireman. And Soo-hong, played by Kim Jong-wook, which is the brother / vengeful spirit. I kind of just included the fireman as like a courtesy, but I feel like
he doesn't really talk much or do much.
No. So
No.
I say the lead defender, the older guy. That was my favorite. Because I liked when he was kind of going in and out of the two worlds, like I said.
Yeah.
And then also the moments where he's helping them, like bringing the rice cooker at the end.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Just like those moments where he's like, we need to have the body found so the mom can get peace and like find herself. He understands.
Yeah.
And he feels for the living.
Yeah.
That's when Ju Ji-hoon was like, what is this, Saving Private Ryan?
Oh yeah, he's like, what are you talking about, body?
We're supposed to burn him.
So funny.
Who's yours?
I'll let Rebekah go.
Okay.
Because I'm still thinking.
I think, oh man, I think probably Ju Ji-hoon's character. Yeah, I was just kind of mesmerized by him the whole time, and I thought his acting was like because since I've seen him in other things, to see him be like this almost silly character just showed his range. And so yeah, he was really, really good.
I liked his jacket too. His like really long like outfit jacket thingy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want his coat.
Nice piece of fashion.
I am like really torn between all three of the defenders because I really liked Dukchun, the girl. I thought she was
I love her too. Yeah,
adorable, but she's also like a great actress, and like I really liked the scene where like the men were basically telling her to lie.
Yes, that's a stand-up scene
to the firemen, and she looked like so torn and was like, "No." Like, yeah,
there's the moment where like the fireman is excited and he walks away, and then he's like, "Actually, his brother's dead. I'm trying to find him." And then she's like, "You lied."
Yeah.
It's a moment of like shock and disbelief that he could lie like that.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go with her. And when we hand out the awards, it's just going to go to the defender. They were the highlight of the film.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I loved the scene where she was connected with the older defender, and like we kind of got to see her range because she'd been just like cutesy up until that point, and then getting to see her like all of a sudden she's like super serious, and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I also liked how they shot that where he is like flinging papers in like our world or whatever, and then like she did it in the afterlife world. That was like really cool. Like how
I loved that.
All right, well, congratulations, defenders.
Yay, defenders.
Yay.
Second category, favorite supporting character. I have Won Il-byung, played by Dio, which is the suicidal soldier.
And murderer, technically.
I think it might be manslaughter,
but it was manslaughter.
First Lieutenant Park, played by Lee Jun-hyuk, which is, I said, the a-hole who buried the brother alive and tried to keep the secret. And then I have Kim Ja-hong's mom. And then, I was going to include that one prosecutor, the one from Bongsim, but I didn't write his name down. But that was just more because I know that actor, but he didn't really like play the part in the movie.
Either of y'all want to go first?
I'll go first, I guess. I'm gonna go with Dio just because Dio. Just because I like him so much. And I felt like he did really well in this role. Like, I really was concerned for him.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
not in a good place.
No, he did so good. And I really liked the scene where he was, like, drinking by himself when he was, like, really depressed. Like, when he was on his leave, and he was, like, dancing alone in the club.
Yeah, no one's around him at that point.
And everyone's like, oh my, well, like, just what he's wearing.
Yeah.
Just long polo. I'm like, he looks so awkward. And then when he runs to their mom's house to, like, throw the net over, he just, like, he looks like such a kid.
Yeah.
Interesting to, like, see him, because when he's in EXO, he looks so, like, serious and, like, whatever, brooding almost.
Oh, yeah, he's always on top of things.
Yeah. So obviously, like, I felt bad for him because he was in such a bad place the whole movie. But I'm like, oh, yeah. I was just excited to see him.
Oh, yeah. And Dio is just an excellent actor.
Totally.
You can go next, Rebekah.
So I'm going to break mold. I'm going with both of the prosecutors, and I don't know their names, but they were hilarious. And, like, I just remember the scene where, like, one of the prosecutors, like, he, like, said something really clever, and the other prosecutor was, like, giving him heart hands. And the way they were, like, thumbs up to each other and, like, giving each other hugs and stuff. Like, just their interactions with each other were hilarious.
That's true. I liked when they were, like, when they were, what's the scene? Where basically, like, they were giving each other a hard time because, like, I think it was at the beginning. When they were, yeah, like, one was, like, starting to fall asleep, and then the other one was, like, starting to say something that was, like, going against them. And they were
yes.
kind of bumbling around. So funny.
Yeah, they were hilarious. I loved them. They were so funny.
I guess we're not gonna have a winner for this award.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the mom because, like, she's not fucking talking at all,
Yeah.
and everything is just emotions, and with her face and with her movement,
Uh-huh.
and I felt like it was really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like we could see, like, just everything about her just through her facial expressions and her body movements and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Demeanor. I don't know.
Yeah, she's like a really great actress because her role is so different from what it is on Search WWW.
Yeah.
So it's just like crazy to go from that drama to this movie. It's like, oh my god.
What range?
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, she was, and then whenever you actually, when they finally got to hear her voice,
Yeah, that part I
broke
like
my heart.
choked up. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna have any clear-cut winners. Maybe we're gonna have to put a poll out. Well, congratulations,
All of you.
everybody. Next award, which is really sad. I said most depressing part of the movie. My nominees were when you realize Kim Ja-hong worked so hard and just died without really enjoying life.
Mm-hmm.
When young Kim Ja-hong was about to kill his family, or when Wang Il-byung, which is Gio's character, tries to commit suicide.
I have 2 more to add to that.
Okay.
Just to keep adding as many answers as possible here. When the brother gets killed,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
That was
Yes.
Going in for a hug and then he gets fucking shot.
and then when he's buried alive.
Yes.
That's like one of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah, it's. I was like, oh my god, oh my
You see his
god,
little hands.
yes. That's like so
Um,
upsetting. Can you just like block that out of my memory? Because
Yeah. Well, and realizing that's because I kept going, why is he a vengeful spirit? Because he pretty much told the guy to like cover it up. Like, why is he? And then when you were like, oh, because he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe live.
yeah,
Another one that I want to add is when he throws the map over and then the mom sees it and then the mom has the sign and she like shows up and everyone's like, you gotta get out of here, and he's like fucking throwing the thing off of her body and she's like falling around, like, oh my god, dude, this is a frail old woman
yeah.
who can't speak. Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Son is missing, her other son just died, like, what do you want?
Yeah, that guy is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Just wanted his promotion.
I know. And I'm like, I mean, this is how it is with like all movies and TV shows or whatever, but I'm like, it would have been so much easier if you just told the truth. Like, it's fine.
Get help. Just get help. Call someone.
Yeah. But then, we wouldn't have a vengeful spirit.
Yes,
so.
that's true.
Right.
Okay, well, after you brought up how the brother died, I'm leaning towards that one. But I was just like really depressed after realizing like when he's going to the god of, what is it? Indolence? Is that the one where he's like working really hard?
So, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, why did you work so hard? And he's like, for money. And then they have to like explain that he worked hard for money because his family was poor and how like all the jobs he had. And I was like, oh my god, like he did not really enjoy life.
No.
I know.
And I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, not a life you want to live.
I think mine is the whole thing about him whenever he was young trying to kill his family, and like because they revealed that in stages of like he was a great guy, and then you're like, no, he wasn't, he beat up his brother, and then they're like, and he tried to kill his mom, and then finally recognizing that he was just so desperate and like he felt like he had no other way out of the horrible situation they were in. And I think, yeah, that was rough. That was really hard. I was sobbing. Like,
And that his mom like saw and opened her eye.
and she saw.
That part made me like tear up because I was like, I mean, it was all hard to watch, but like I was like, oh no, like that just added another layer of whatever sadness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also was like really sad watching the boys fight because like I grew up as an only child, so I didn't really like see children fighting a lot, and I was like, stop fighting, like.
Yeah. No, that was hard for me too because I have younger brothers, and I kind of was having a really hard time emotionally with that. I was like, I would never do that to my brother. Like, I can't even fathom it. So, and the fact that the writer brought me to a point where I kind of got it was just like, whoa, okay, wow.
I think there are just some siblings that like get along really well, and then there's some siblings that fucking like, can't be around each other at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like an age thing or not an age thing. I have no idea like what happens. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Personality differences.
And I think like that dynamic, just like knowing my friends who have siblings who like didn't always like each other, and as they've grown up, like they've become best friends, or like vice versa. Yeah. Like you just kind of grow apart as you age. But yeah, this movie was intense.
It was much rougher than I thought it was gonna be.
I was like, maybe like halfway through, I was like, wow, this movie's really long, and also it's very intense, and maybe I should have picked a more lighthearted movie. But yeah, like they kept talking about it on Running Man and on a few other shows, and I was like, oh, like it's a good movie. Everyone says it's a good movie. It
was good.
It was really good, yeah.
Slow moments, I felt. Overall, it was really interesting. Interesting turn.
Yeah. All right. So, next category, done by Jill. Who was your favorite god throughout? So we have the god of murder, who was like the first god. That had like the hair. The god of violence, hell. I don't remember what that one looked like. Let me pull it up. Oh, that one. It was just like an old dude. Nothing special about him. And then there's the young girl who is like the god of deceit. And then there's the old lady who, spoiler alert, she's my favorite. She's just like really fabulous. The god of indolence, hell. And then there's the god of betrayal, hell, who is like a very beautiful woman. Who was
so you picked indolence.
Yeah, I just like, she's just who I want to be when I get old. I just want to be like a bunch of cushions and like, yeah. I just
lavish outfits.
Yeah, pretty much.
I did like her a lot. I thought hers was really good, and I liked the little girl too.
The indolence, she is like one of my favorite K-drama moms. She's in a lot of dramas I've seen, and yeah, I love that actress. But my favorite was the little girl. I loved her.
Yeah,
I even wrote it down. I was like, goddess of deceit, awesome.
Yeah, I liked her attitude, and I really loved her outfit and her weird little headpiece.
Yeah. Her little horns.
She's just like chilling the whole time.
And she's sucking on a lollipop.
So these people talk and try to like sway her in one way or the other. But I did like yours a lot as well, indolence.
Yeah, I think I just really look up to fabulous old ladies.
Yeah.
For her, I liked how initially she was talking about like how great he was, but then when he said money, she was like, money?
Yeah, she like
completely turned on him. And then once she found out the whole story, was like, oh, you poor soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never lived. That's super sad.
Yeah. Really sad. Okay. So we actually have a winner for this one. It was
the little girl.
The god of betrayal. I also really liked her. I find that like sometimes, I don't know, I'm just like prejudiced against little girls sometimes, but like sometimes they read too cutesy. But she did she did a really good job of like being a cool little girl.
Yeah, seeming like an adult in a little girl's body.
Yeah, totally. Also, I saw that she is in Train to Busan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's her?
That's, yes, I think so. According to
Andrew's
I like her.
Yeah. It seems like Train to Busan is like the 7 degrees of separation. Like,
yeah.
everyone was either in that movie or was like a co-star with somebody
That's fine.
Yep.
in that movie. Okay. So biggest surprise of the movie. Rebekah, do you want to go first?
I don't know if I have one yet.
Okay.
Does anyone have one?
I'll go. Mine was how the brother died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was not just that he was like shot while giving a hug, but that he was buried alive. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's rough. That was the biggest shocker to me.
Yeah, it seemed kind of apparent that he died somehow when he was missing.
Yeah.
It just seemed like there was something fucked up that was happening. But then to see that scene where, like, his friend is just like, your brother just died, and I feel so bad for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this moment where these two guys are just, like, embracing. And it's just like, oh, my God. What an ending to that hug.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I think that mine probably was that the fireman tried to kill his mom. I was just in the rhythm of every time, like, he's so great. And then when we came up on that, I was like, did not see that coming. Okay.
Yeah, I felt like he had something because
there was something.
Yeah, because he seemed so surprised that everyone said he was like so great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, he would never really say anything. Like, he didn't know when it was going to come up, but knew it was going to come up at some point.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I know. Good movie.
Yeah,
the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm like, no, that was a good movie.
It really was.
I also, this isn't a surprise, but just going back to like stuff we liked about it, I liked the action scenes where like the two male defenders had their like swords.
Yes.
Basically playing like Fruit Ninja.
Yes. There was one weird scene where I don't know if it's the older one or the other guy, but like the sword, like, I think it went like limp or something, and he like had to shake it, and then it like fixed. I don't know why that happened. But then I remember watching that and being like, what? What's that? I don't know why. It was very strange to me.
That's funny.
But that sword just like went and he had to shake it around a little bit. Like one of those little light up sticks that you like crack and then
glow
shake
stick.
it.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing, favorite part of the movie. We kind of like have already touched on this. But if you had to like say to someone, this is the best part of the movie, this is what makes it worth watching.
Don't look away. Don't look at your phone.
Yeah.
I would say the brother dying scene.
The initial one where he gets shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you miss it, you miss it.
That's true.
You miss what just
It's
happened.
definitely the most important part.
Because it's like the whole shift of the movie.
Yeah. That's true.
When you find out who the vengeful spirit is and why.
I think my favorite part was when they saved Dio from killing himself, and like whenever he is like the brother is speaking through the older defender, and like they're singing the song together.
Yes, I really liked that part.
That was just really, really sweet, and it was just very tender and like done really, really well. Yeah, I loved that scene.
Yeah, I really liked that one. I was thinking of that one. I also really liked the scene where you touched on it earlier, but the girl is defending him, like through the older one. Yeah, I really just liked. I don't know if it's just because like I'm a nerd or whatever, and I like courtroom drama, but I really liked how they had to like step up and like actually defend him.
Yeah, I loved that too.
I'm like, oh, this is exciting, because, and it's so funny too because they kept saying like, oh, we'll just breeze right through this one.
Yeah, and it never happened.
Yeah, and I liked the added layer of like they need him to get through just as much as like he needs to get through, because after a certain point, kind of forgot, but towards the end, what's his face? Ju Ji-hoon was like, we should just cut our losses and go with another one. And I'm like, oh, right. Like, they're basically doing it for themselves,
not for him.
Not just
to be
for him.
Kind people.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like hoping that we get more of their backstories in part 2.
Yeah. It was definitely hinted at.
Yeah, we got like flashbacks of the older defender. And I'm like wondering if they'll do it kind of like Goblin, where we'll maybe get to see part of like people's past lives. So yeah, this is just making me excited to watch part 2.
And then there's gonna be 2 more parts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who knows if it will be like connected though? It might be like a different strain.
Yeah, but I just realized I really like watching the like afterworld stuff.
Yeah.
I did not expect that I would be like so into that like particular genre of Korean media. But I'm like, oh, because I feel like a lot of Western TV shows or movies don't really explore the afterworld in that way.
No.
Yeah, it's really true. I thought that was really interesting. It was really interesting.
Alrighty. Do we have any other final thoughts on the movie other than we're all really excited to see part 2?
I also thought it was really funny. You guys might not know who he is, but when the random cameo at the end of Ma Dong-suk, he's the random guy at the very, very end where they like, those other defenders were in the room and they were like, what are you doing here? That he's a big actor he's in like Train to Busan, and he's going to be in an American movie coming up, and like he's like a really big guy, and so like him just having this random cameo at the end, I was just like, it's you.
That's how I was. This isn't like a big spoiler, but well, I don't want to ruin it if you're gonna watch Search WWW. But there's like a cameo in Search WWW, and it's the same thing. Like he has like one line.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, oh, you. I didn't know you were gonna.
Yeah, I loved it. It was just so random. It was great.
That's exciting. Yeah. It's funny when because like we were talking about earlier, like the Korean entertainment industry is like very expansive. And so sometimes like you'll watch something and then you realize like how big that person is, and then you go back and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how big of a deal it was that you were in this like little thing.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Did you have anything else, Jill?
I don't think so. I'm shocked still about that mom.
That she's the same actress?
Yes. World's different from Search WWW. Whereas, like, I fucking hated her on Search WW.
Yeah.
And this movie, like, I feel for her so deeply.
Yeah.
And it's just...
You're shook?
Yeah, I'm shook to my core. I'm gonna be, like, dreaming about this tonight.
Oh, he's actually... Oh! Okay, so it actually wasn't a cameo. He's in the next 3 movies.
Oh, okay.
So it was like foreshadow.
Interesting. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's cool. I love that.
Who knew we would be hooked on this franchise?
Who knew it was a franchise, not me.
All righty. Well, it was so fun talking to you, Rebekah.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
We actually also recorded another episode on Rebekah's podcast. It'll be linked in our show notes, but it's K is for Drama. And we just kind of like chatted about dramas and our lives.
Korean culture and stuff.
Yeah, it was really fun. So go over and check her out. She has like a ton of really fun interviews with different people in like the K-drama and K-pop sphere.
Do you want to plug any of your stuff, Rebekah?
Yes. So yeah, my podcast is called K is for Drama. I do, as you know, I do interviews mostly. So I'm very, very open. If you are at all connected at all with Asian entertainment and you would like to be on a podcast, you can email me at ksfordrama@gmail.com. I would love to have you on. And yeah, you can find me on pretty much all the social medias, K is for Drama.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, we are OK Drama Podcast or OK Drama Pod everywhere.
Yep, you know us.
Yeah. And everything is in the show notes. All of the links will be there. And yeah, just again, it was so nice to like finally talk to you in almost
Yes, this is great. Thank you so much, guys. This was so much fun.
And I guess Jill and I will talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, drama.